Hello guys and girls, I'm Kentacky. Let's take a closer look on the Protection Warrior in the BfA Beta server. I just received the beta key, so I'm not 100% sure of each and every changes, but I'll do my best to explain yourself everything. First off, you can see that the talents are most likely they are totally different. You can see some familiar talents, but they are mixed up like hell. So first, start with the spells and abilities you use. Most important stuff, your mastery stays the same, so you won't have to reinvent your stats, so you will still have the best stat as haste, then versatility and mastery. You've got several new abilities baseline, for example Avatar, Battle Shout, Intimidating Shout, Rallying Cry, Shockwave. It is very good because you will have now a AoE stun baseline, you will have a raid utility baseline, you will have a DPS and root snare removing effect baseline, only 1.5 minute cooldown, and you also have a fear baseline. Most abilities are the same as they were. For example, Heroic Leap is just the same, Pummel is just the same, Thunderclap is the same, Victory Rush, Deep Wounds, and so on. There are several abilities that changed. These are Demoralizing Shout. It decreased in duration, but it also decreased in cooldown. It was 1.5 minutes and now it is 45 seconds only. Ignore Pain is now cost 40 rage and only ignores 50% of the damage taken. Last Stand is now only 30% maximum health, which is a huge cut from the 70%. Revenge now costs 30 rage, and this makes you, at low gear levels, it makes you choose between doing a high amount of damage with Revenge or using your shield blocks and Ignore Pains. Because shield block is also go up in rage, so most of your active mitigations are now pretty expensive to use. Spell Reflection is also nerfed heavily. So these were the talents, the abilities. Now let's take a closer look on the talents. In my opinion, this will be the beginner Mythic Plus talent setup. Let's talk about every single talent. First, Into the Fray, Punish and Impending Victory. Impending Victory is just the same garbage as it was. I never used it, and I don't think it is worthy of spending 10 rage for it, because you will spend your rage on Ignore Pain and Shield Block. You've got Into the Fray, which is just exactly, almost exactly the same as it was, because now it increases your haste for each enemy and ally within 10 yards. As you can see, here is on the maximum stack. Punish makes Shield Slam to deal more damage and reduces the enemy's damage on you by 3% for 9 sec, which is very important for raid bosses or tyrannical weeks. So most likely I think you will choose between these two options. Crackling Thunder, Bounding Stride and Safeguard are exactly the same as they were. You can choose Crackling Thunder for Mythic Plus or Heavy Ad fight, Bounding Stride for Heavy Movement fight, or Safeguard for additional damage reduction on your raid or party members. 45 Roar is Best Served Cold, Unstoppable Force or Dragon Roar. I started using Best Served Cold, but I realized after a few pulls that Dragon Roar might be better because of the threat changes. With Dragon Roar you can do a massive amount of threat when you pick up the mobs, and with best served gold it is just better sustained damage. Unstoppable Force is also very good, because when Avatar is active, for that 20 seconds, you can like cast thunderclaps on the global cooldown almost. I choose the best served gold because it is the easiest to play, but Dragon Roar, I think it will be better in almost every situation. 60. Indomitable, Never Surrender, and Bolster. Bolster could be very good in preparation for an incoming huge damage, because during last stand you will block every melee attack, so you don't have to spend your rage on shield block. You can build up a large Ignore Pain shield, but it is only for preparation for a huge attack, so it might be only situationally useful. Never Surrender is Ignore Pain will ignore 100% more damage based on your missing health. This means that it will still ignore 50% of your damage taken, but up to more damage. So it is good, but huge attacks will still kill you with this. Indomitable is just a flat HP increase. It can also be good depending on the situation. I think Never Surrender will save your life more often. 75 is a crowd control tier. Menace makes Intimidating Shout it changes how Intimidating Shout interacts, because the targets will not run away, they will just stay in one place, and they will covering in fear there. So with this talent there is no danger of aggroing every other mob that the Intimidating Shout target mob aggroes in, you know what I mean. Rumbling Earth, it is just a flat reduction to shockwave cooldown if you hit at least 3 targets. It is just 20-second cooldown. It is also situationally good. If there is an instance where is only always 2 trash mobs present, then it is like useless. And Stormbolt is a lengthy 4-second single target stun, which is very useful in certain situations. 90 and 100, these tiers are, you can choose how, in these tiers you can choose how defensively or offensively you would like to play your character. If you want to play defensively, you will have to choose Vengeance and Heavy Repercussions, because the synergy is very good with them. Devastator is a, I think now it is not worth to take, but later on higher gear levels, when you have a lot of haste and a lot of auto attacks and a lot of devastates and a lot of shield strum procs, it will be a very good talent. It might be even competitive DPS wise with Booming Voice, which is the best DPS talent in this tier, inarguably, with pairing with Anger Management. And now Anger Management also reduces the cooldown on Avatar. So again, with Booming Voice and Anger Management, you will have tons of rage to spend, and you will have more frequent access to demo shouts and avatars. If you choose Vengeance and Heavy Repercussions, you know, Heavy Repercussions is exactly the same as in live. It will Shield Slam will extend the duration of Shield Block, and Shield Block increases the damage of Shield Slam. And with Vengeance, the Ignore Pain reduces the rage cost of your next Revenge, and Revenge reduces the rage cost of your next Ignore Pain. It makes that you will have more rage to spend on Shield Block, because definitely Ignore Pain costs less rage. Ravager, I think, in my opinion, for me it is a totally useless talent, just as in Legion. The main problem with this talent that you will just drop it somewhere and it will stay there. It will be useful. It could be useful if it would like spin around you, and if you move, it will follow you somehow. But now I think it is like totally useless now. So now I show you how you can generate rage and how you can spend it. As you can see, Intercept generates rage, Shield Slam generates rage, Devastate generates 0 rage, but Thunderclap generates 5 rage. So your generators are Shield Slam, Thunderclap and Intercept. You can just jump out, Intercept back to generate rage, and if you're top, you can use your Shield Block, extend its duration with Shield Slam, use Demon Shout to generate more rage, use Revenge to deal damage, and use Ignore Pain to defend against all kinds of damage, magical and physical as well. And you will also have to keep up Shield Block, in emergency use Shield Wall or Last Stand, or if there is incoming huge magical damage, use Spell Reflection, and basically that's all. Of course you will have to stun if needed, you will have to disorient if needed. You can also go Berserk, remove Fear, Sap or any Incapacitate, and you can also use Avatar with a lot of revenges, which is the best DPS method now. In an avatar window, try to maximize the amount of revenges you do, and only cast Devastate when you have nothing else to cast. For example, in these situations, because Devastate literally does nothing. It costs nothing and it does nothing. Just a little bit of damage. So basically that's it. If you're out of range, you can still Heroic Throw as before. Nothing changed. And when the raid leader tells you, or when needed, you can use Rallying Cry to increase all party or raid members' HP. Don't forget to always turn on Battle Shout when you enter a party instance or raid, because it is an essential part of the buff sets that are returning in Battle for Azeroth. So thank you for the video, I hope you liked it. It is, I think, one more in all. This might be the ideal talent setup for Mythic Plus, for Tyrannical Weeks, or for raiding. This could be later very good, or this setup. And for full DPS oriented build, you should use well, yeah, you should use this build, I think. Most other stuff are not really worth using, so basically that is how Protection Warrior will be. Thanks for watching, and I'll come back later, I think tomorrow, with the Arms Warrior, which is a huge up for me, because I love spamming buttons and smashing everything. So thank you for watching, and goodbye!